How we doing, folks? My name is James Scullion. I am a part of Team Enigma. First of all, I would like to thank Darryl Sugar and Quest for Vape for sending me the Rafale Tank, the RBA section, and a wee set of 0.2 coils. I will show you all the first look impressions. First of all, before I go up close to it, I will take a hit, and currently what I have in there is the 0.2 coil with the Enigma Wildcat. And I am running it in temperature control at 600 Fahrenheit at 70 watts. Right, okay folks, this is the Rafale Tank here, this is the rebuildable section, and this is some spare 0.2 coils. So we'll put these to the side for now and we'll focus on the main product. So it comes in this tin. Lovely little warnings there. Some writing and Rafale and Uwell on the top. Let's open this up like this, and straight away you have got an authentic stamp, which is good because there were so many fakes of the actual crown going about. It was crazy, so it was, folks. So inside here's a little and there, hello from Uwell, and also you get this little Uwell sticker. It's pretty cool, I like it, so I do. So inside, we'll lift this out, and look at that there for protection, folks. There's no way anything's ever going to break this. Proper air pack sealed jobby. There's no way you're breaking anything in there, unless you're crazy, of course. So inside, now, I'm an idiot. I actually broke one of the O-rings because I was dry sealing it back up, and you're not supposed to do that. But you do get a spare set of O-rings there in a sealed packet, which is cool. Then also you get a spare 0.5 coil, stainless steel. Now look at the bottom of this here. This is actually gold plated for the 510 pin, so it's super conductive. And we'll open this up, have a little look at the coil itself. So it's sealed at the top, and you wick in here, and there's your little just feed holes. Put this back on, set it to the side. You also get yourself a spare glass tank, which is always good because, knowing with me, I will probably break the glass in the tank within a month because I'm a little bit silly like that. Let's take out the main boyo. Now it does come with this little silicone thing on the drip tip, but to be honest I kind of prefer that it is off, so I just take that away. Start from the bottom. And it is a gold plated 510 there. So on the airflow, nice and clicky, and I like that. Clicky, 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 clicky all day. I like that. And there's little arrows on the side there, maybe just a little grip. So, top of this here is where you can fill, but to be honest, a lot of people are kind of steering away from that for the simple fact the only thing that you can use is like a needle nose fill bottle, which is like this unicorn bottle here. Now that fits okay and it fills well like that there, but what I got my Wildcat Enigma in was something like this, and it's the same with any pipette or anything. They don't fit in there, so it just goes everywhere, and it's really annoying. So the way to fill it is that you screw it like this until the top stops. There is a little plate inside there which moves down, which gives you the space to fill up, and then whenever you tighten it up again, it gives it that air seal. which wicks up nicely. So we'll take it apart here, and then I'll show you some other bits and pieces. Move this out of the way. Oh. So this is where the coil goes on the base, on the deck, and you can see there, gold plated 510 down in there, nice big airflow, and even on the coil itself you can see there, nice big airflow, and I like that. That is my style. And the coil that's in there is the 0.2316 stainless steel. You can take the tank out of this very easily. Just take it out like so. And just to show you, this is this plate that moves down as you spin it, and there you go. Just a little ring inside there that comes down. There isn't a lot of space in there for a lot of just to be going in very quickly, but it does it. Yes, it does it, but as I say, you need to use something different, like a unicorn bottle, to fill it up. So, just to show you, this is another fill method which is on the bottom of it, and you can see there inside there is a little plate that runs up, which gives it a cyclone effect. It actually goes round and gives a cyclone effect the whole way up, which is to prevent spitback. To be honest, I am getting spitback on the 0.2 coil with the 70% VG juice. I'm getting a little bit of spitback and a little bit of residue at the top of the drip tip. So we'll put it back together and I'll show you how to wick it up, fill it up, and break in the coil. I think it's a good way to start. Let's get this coil out of here. So what you want to do there is, you want to get your bottle and just round the sides here, give it some juice. Now, it does say use one or two drops, maybe four drops of e-liquid to actually do this, but I don't agree with that. I think that you need to give it a good pile of juice. You want to wick it up properly. You want to make sure that that air cotton is fully saturated, or else you're going to end up with a burnt out coil within a day, or not even instantly. You know that you don't want to burn a coil out instantly. You want to let a coil last for a long time. So we'll let this steep in. You can see there already it is very quick at the wicking. You can see that there is actually just starting to come through there, but it is cool. So I will give it a few dabs here. You know, it's not a quick process breaking in a coil, but taking the time with it to do it, it's so much more worth it, because your coils will last you that little bit longer. You can see there, the coil is properly saturated up with juice the whole way around. So I'll stick it in the base here. And make sure it is nice and tight down, nice and tight, but not too tight. You don't want to overdo it. And while I'm here, actually, I'm going to take this back apart again, because I want to give the O-rings just a little bit of just, you know what I mean, whenever you're putting things into things, you lubricate them up a wee bit, just the tiniest little bit. That's about enough there. Pop that in there. And the same with this O-ring, which is kind of stuck to the bottom of this. So that means whenever we're tightening it down, we're not going to break O-rings like James being silly and doing in the first place. see it comes down, tightens down nicely, so it does that way. And the way I'm going to fill it is through the top, so then you see how it all works. And what I'll do is straight away make sure the airflow is closed off, and I'll turn this thing round till it's fully down, and it won't go any further once it's turned down. So I'll get my needle nose and I'll stick it in here and turn it to the side just a little bit, and you'll see the juice starting to go down. And it's filling up nicely. I'll fill it right up. You can see there is a little bit of an air bubble at the top, and I want to take that out just for show purposes. So there we go. So to tighten it up, let's screw this back up to the top again. There it is. And there we go. The tank is full. Let's open the airflow. Let's see if it wicks. Straight away it's wicking up, which is fantastic. Very happy with that. So we'll stick it on to the RX 200. Okay. Just stick it on to power mode. And we'll take it down, and we'll start off at 40 watts. That's the way I like it. And it's better to start off low instead of starting off at like 70 watts and burning your coil out. That's just not the way you do it. You want to start off with at least 40 watts. Give it a little bit of space to break in. So there we go, 40 watts. But what I'll do is I'll let this sit for a minute, give it a little bit of time, and I'll show you the RBA section. Okay folks, this is the rebuildable section for the Rafale, and it is a vertical coil in this here, so it is called the Rafale RBA. And you can see there, Uwell crown there, and Rafale RBA there. Some sort of mad stuff in the back there, and you can see that it is a sealed tin. I'll open it up, and straight away, as you can see there, authentic, and the code is there. So inside you get your little coil, and it comes standard with a clapping coil inside it. I am not taking it apart, as to be honest with you, I don't have a clue what I'm doing with it yet. You can see there that there is 4 slits on the side of it there for juice intake, and from what I hear, it is more than capable of going to 100 watts. On the bottom of it there, you can see that it's a stainless steel type 510 connection part. It's nice. So the tool that you get for rebuilding it, I'm not familiar with. I don't have a clue what way you do it. It's all new to me, so it is. I know that there is other tanks that probably do it this way, but it's new to me. And you can see there, and you see the size of this, and it actually fits in there. So that is the width of that coil in there. It is ginormous, and that is about maybe 4 mil, 4.5 mil wide. It's big, very big. Not saying that it's a bad thing. Perfectly happy with it. Let's take this part out. And what you're faced with is some of this mad stuff, so then it doesn't get damp or wet. And a little party packet here. And you get a spare coil in there. Turn it around. spare coil, Allen key, few grub screws and some O-rings, and a little clip there for the top, all in there. Nice. You get some organic cotton, maybe Muji, don't know what it is to be honest. Then you get a few leaflets, which to be honest there was a few leaflets in the thing that I didn't show you, but yeah, it's the same as this one here. The little attention part, and then also you get the instructions of what you need to do to build it, which I will need to read. I will need to read a lot because I have no idea. So there it is. I will do another video whenever I'm comfortable with doing the builds and stuff in it. But for now that would be all for the RBA section, and we'll take her on to the stock coils that you can buy separately. So these are the replacement coil packs that you can buy in the shops, and these are the 0.2 stainless steel ones. Take the little cap off like that, give it a good shove, come on, get out. Now, Uwell went completely crazy on the authenticity thing this time around. There you go, an authenticity code right there. Great. And you get, oh why, you need to go this way, James, lunatic. They don't want to come out, people. There we go. So this is one of them, the 0.2 coil. You know what they look like already. There we go. Placement. Stainless steel. Gold plated at the bottom. 4 juice holes. There we go. So we'll go back to my lovely mug, and you can see me break in this coil on the Rafale. Okay folks, we're back to my ugly mug, and I haven't vaped in this yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close off the airflow once again, give it a couple of, you can see there straight away that the air is coming out of it and it is taking the juice in nicely, so yay! So it is still at 40 watts, I have not touched it, I have not vaped it. So let's vape it for the first time. And do you want to know something? I'm not even getting a cotton taste off that. I'm getting straight off flavour from the Wildcat. So what I'll do is, let's take it up to 45 watts. Perfect. Lovely. So it is great in the flavour. I'll let it sit for a couple of seconds, and while it's sitting for a couple of seconds before I take a hit at 50 watts, we want to talk about it a little bit. So this is not a replacement for the Crown Tank. This is just a new tank that Uwell has brought out, so there is no replacement for the Crown Tank, so there's no point in comparing it to the Crown Tank. So this is more a competitor for the Smok TFV4 and the Herakles Plus, which is great. It's great, and to be honest, the airflow matches the TFV4, but the flavour is actually better than the TFV4. So we've let it sit there for a second. I'll take another couple of, give it a bit of juice. You can see it is wicking. It wicks really well, so it does. So you can see what I'm doing there. So I sit there and I'll let it sit there. I'll take start off 40 watts, take 2 hits, take it up to 45, take 2 hits, take it up to 50. Vape a little bit at 50, let it sit for a second or two. Give it a couple of wicking pulls. You can see the bubbles rising through that juice. So it is taking it in nicely. So we'll take it up to 55 watts. Not a dry hit yet, folks. Not a burnt taste, not an off taste. Perfect. Perfectly. Working well. Take it up to 60. Take a wee wick pull. Taking the juice in well. Take a hit at 60. And you see it is at 60 watts producing a nice cloud. Like that's great. So you can sit there and I could actually vape that nicely at 60 watts all day, even though the coil is perfectly able to vape at 120 watts. It is intense, yes, but it actually is capable of vaping. So at 60 watts, it's a good coil, it's a good vape, I like it. Let's take it up to 70. So I've got to the 60, I'll take it up to the 70. $70 watts. And I'll close off that airflow again and give it a little puff to wake it up nicely. And you can see there, I'm taking good 3 to 4 second hits there, and I'm not getting a burnt hit, I'm not getting a rubbery taste, no dry hit, full of flavour. Now, as I said before, a little bit of just residue up at the 510, or the drip tip, and you can see there is a little bit of residue up there. Maybe it's using a 70-30 juice. It is more than capable of using a 90 VG juice in these coils. It works perfectly and it's more than capable. So let's take it up to 75. 1.5 increments from now on. Look at that. That's amazing. That's so good. That is a fresh coil in that there, never used before, and within 5 minutes I have it up at 75 watts, happily vaping. No burnt. Let's take it up to 80. It clouds out the room very quickly, so it does. You can see from the cloud production there that you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot through that, and it's not too warm even at 80 watts. So we'll take it up to 85. Gonna have to change my battery soon. Maybe 5 watts. $90 watts. Yep, perfect. 95 watts. Oh, we're up to 100. Ah, damn it. There's 100 watts. $105 watts. I'm getting a lot of just in the mouthpiece there, you can see it there. Very juicy vape. I'm getting a little warm. It's getting a little bit too warm for me, 110 watts. There we go. And I'm getting nicked out. And let's go straight up to 120 watts of what the coil is capable of. $120 watts. That's very intense. That's very, very intense. But it's capable of it. You can see there that I'm getting no dry hits, I'm getting a lot of vapor, I'm getting a lot of flavour straight away from that tank, and I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. And just the coil is ranged up to 120 watts. But let's break that. 125 watts. Getting a little bit dry there. Little tiny bit dry. But for shits and gigs, let's stick it up to 130 watts. And that's as far as I'll go. 130 watts. So yes, 120 watts is the max that I would go with it, and I'm going to take it back down to 80 watts, and that is where I'd be comfortable vaping it at. You can see cloud production is fantastic of it. I'm very happy with it, and if you do it right, wig it up right, and you let it sit for a minute or two, it's more than capable of doing the 120 watts in what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes of your time to wig it up properly, give it the right time to juice up, take a couple of hits, take it up, take a couple of hits, take it up, and keep doing it that way. Take it up in 0.5 increments until you're at the vape that you're happy with. It is perfect at 80 watts. You can see from the cloud production, it is a great tank, and the flavour is fantastic. Now, I've seen a lot of people actually taking that cyclone bit out of the chimney, which you can do with a screwdriver. You actually give it a little tap with a screwdriver, give it a little yank about, take the glass out of it first. Of course, you don't want to break the glass, even though there is a spare, but you don't want to break it. And apparently the vape is better, the flavour is better, but even the way it is right now, I'm actually getting great flavour and I'm getting great cloud production, so there is no problem there for me. So to round it up, it's a great tank. Give it a look, and I'll put a couple of links in below of where you can get it from. I'm Scullion from Team Enigma. Have a nice day, folks.